Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast. Altovise Pelzer here, your voice manager, coming to you really quickly with this special message as we head into Christmas week. You guys, listen, remember your why. I'm going to say it again for those who are in the back of the room. Remember your why as we are headed into a really busy season of people thinking and putting focus on the who and putting focus on the what's, this is the opportunity for you to remember your why. Here's the important reason. It's because the why is going to make sure that you get up another day. The why is going to push you into that next level. The why is going to make sure that whatever you do today is the best that you can do today. So remember why. I sent out a email earlier today to my email list, and I was just reminding them, remember why. This week I got that opportunity, and so for the first time in forever, I've literally took off for the month of December, and it was scary as heck, but it was needed, it was necessary. And that meant me saying no to potential clients. That meant me saying no to current clients. And it meant me prioritizing my time. Here's why that is so important is that when we decide, when we go ahead and we actually make our why something of importance, when our lives are something of importance, we prioritize things. And so I literally, by me saying, you know what, I'm going to prioritize me and my family. I'm going to prioritize me and my life. Man, that definitely shifts the whole dynamic of everything because prioritizing yourself is something that we have not been taught to do. I mean, this is why I said, remember your why. Because prioritizing yourself, prioritizing where you want to go, prioritizing what you want to be, prioritizing who it is that you want the world to see you as has not been a priority. Now, I'm not talking about what you want the world to see you as on Instagram, but I'm talking about when you step into a room, what were the whispers that were being spoken before you got there? When you step out of the room, what are the whispers that are being spoken before when you step out? I want you to be able to go and craft it. And here's the thing, not because we have to live by what somebody is saying, but because we have to be able to understand that we can cultivate what it is that we say. What is it that you're saying about yourself? What is it that you're saying about yourself before you get into the room? What is it that you're saying about yourself when you walk out of the room? So, me being able to say no for the month of December was valuable. But I think about even what this year has brought me. This year, I've won an award as a speaker. This year, I have hit milestones for my podcast. This year went and I prioritized some things, but also this year I found myself in the ER. And it was a scary moment. It was after a 7 a.m. call from my doctor telling me to get to the ER because my blood count was extremely low. And whereas low is about an 8, and they tell you that you got to be careful when it gets to about an 8, mine was at a 6. And so I had to go through all these tests. I had to go through getting a blood transfusion, but I also had to have a really valuable conversation with myself and say, have I lost sight of my why? Because my why was to have freedom. My why was to live better. And some of you may say, better than what? Better than living paycheck to paycheck. Y'all better come on. Better than being able to just say, I made a couple $100, or better than just being able to barely pay the bills, better than being able to enjoy time with my family and actually love on my family and my friends, better than the things that I thought I had to do to survive. I wanted to thrive. Better than was literally okay up until this year. But as I head into 2022, I said, God, I want best. Because see, God said that he would give us his best, that we could have the best. He said all things richly to enjoy. So if we can have all things, that means that we can have the best. The shift happened because I was comparing what I had to what I had in the past. Y'all better come on. I was comparing what I had to what I had in the past. And so it was good enough because it was better than what I had had in the past. It was a little bit better than what I had been able to do in the past. It was better than. Here's the thing. I was cutting myself off from having my best. And here's why it's so relevant. Many of you are cutting yourself off from having your best. And you've been okay and allowed yourself to be complacent and comfortable with better than. I did it. You know, I've published a book, published 20 books. I've launched a podcast. A new podcast is about to launch in 2022. I've done events. I've spoken on many stages, from a room of 2 to a room of 200. It was better than what I had already done, but was it my best? And here's one of the things that we get tripped up on when it comes to, am I living better than or am I living best, is that we stop dreaming. See, that's why I said you got to remember your why, is because your why will put you back in a place of dreaming again. Come on. Your why will put you back in a place of being able to think and dream bigger. And so many of us get caught up in, okay, let me just check off the boxes. When you dream big, the boxes are not the end result. When you dream big, the boxes are just a straw man. When you dream big and you allow yourself to stand on your why, the boxes are only part of it. And so when you check off a box, you won't be complacent in just saying, okay, I've done enough. When you check off a box, you'll say, what's the next thing that I can add? What's the next thing that I can do? This was better than what I did in 2020. This was better than what I did in 2019. But how can I make 2022 the best? How can I make the next year, the next week, the next day, the next month the best? It's okay that it's been better than what I've had in my past. But my past is not what I'm comparing it to. I'm comparing it to the plan that the Almighty has for me. And so I got to stop looking at my past and saying, is it better than that? And now say, is it comparison? Is it lining up with the plan that God has for me? Y'all, This has been a phenomenal year for me. Phenomenal year for me. I've had more book sales this year. Again, podcast is flourishing. My community, my accountability community, I'm watching them do some phenomenal things. This has been an excellent year. But I've only scratched the surface of what my best can be. I've only scratched the surface of what my best can be. Here's why I wanted to do this special message for you guys really quickly. Don't just scratch the surface. Go after the best. Don't just be okay with the bare minimum. Go after the best. Think about what the best will be for you. Remember your why and allow yourself to dream bigger. And then as you're going through this week, don't get so focused on the who and the what. Remember the why that we're coming together, the why that you love decorating the house. It's not because you weren't able to do it in your childhood or because in the past you had the money to decorate. It's because you want to enjoy the best. You want to smile and laugh and enjoy your home. You want to enjoy the family and friends that are coming to visit. Go after your best. Don't settle. Go after your best. Because when you go after your best, it will not only unlock even more for you, but the people that are behind you will start to go after their best as well. I have so much desire in me to see you at your best. That's why I have my accountability membership. That's why I come live and I do the podcast and I do all of these things. That's why I step into places that are uncomfortable for me, because I have a desire to see people at their best. You're not going to get that from everyone. You may not even be getting that from yourself. Tap in, stay connected. It's always about you moving at a level and at an intensity that is your best, not just what's better than what you did before. Is it your best? Take a moment this week with all the gifts and the food and the family and friends and things that are going to be going on. And remember your why. And say, according to my why, am I living at my best? Am I working at my best? Last week, I was at an event. And man, this event, I was hosting and speaking. You guys have probably seen some of the posts across social media. And there was a guy there and he was working with us. You know, he was there, a part of the facility, and he was making sure we had everything we need. He moved things around, he shifted things, and he got anything that we needed, he got it for us because he was working at his best. Y'all better catch this. He was working at his best, not just working good, but at his best. Here's why. He was a part of this project that they had put together, and they literally were going and they were celebrating the different people that were coming in, and they were going and they loved being able to rent out their facility to different people. And I loved it so much that I thought about, okay, maybe I have to go and do an event there, something there, because I just loved the level of excellence that he had. And it was important to know this because as the weekend was going on, the organizer of the event, he went to them and said, "Thank you. I will be able to go and buy Christmas gifts for my kids with this, with what I'm making from this weekend." When we remember our why, we execute at our best. But not just that, we're thankful for the opportunity to execute at our best. Me saying no to my clients and to potential clients for the month of December was me working at my best for my family and my friends. This past weekend, I got to go and support one of my good sister friends as she did a vending event. Y'all got to understand, it's so much bigger than the financial gain that you get from saying yes. It's literally being able to support other people. It's the freedom. So that freedom, I got to execute that at such a high level this month. I got to show up. My sister, she went and she ministered yesterday at her church. I got to be there and serve. This Saturday, she literally was going and she was vending. I got to be there and serve. And guess what? I didn't have to punch a clock. I didn't have to request time off. Y'all better catch it. I didn't have to request time off. I didn't have to check to see if it was a blackout date. Y'all, I worked years, 15 plus years in retail. And we had a blackout date during this time of year where we couldn't request off. We had a blackout date that started in like November where we couldn't request off. We couldn't go and we couldn't take a day off or we couldn't take a week off because we had to be at work. I'm standing on my why. And again, I want to see you excel at your best, work at your best, live at your best. And the way you do that is to remember your why. I continue to watch you guys excel, and I love the feedback you guys have been giving. I'm looking forward to hearing even greater things as we head into a new year. So we not going and saying we can't do this and we can't do that. No. Get into the right community, get the right support, get a coach, get a mentor. And yes, those are two separate things. So you can execute at your best. That gentleman this weekend made me want to do an event at that facility because he executed at his best. And it was because he was standing on his why. His why was his children. Remember your why. This is Altovise. Signing off as we do this amazing holiday week. Y'all, I gotta go Christmas shopping still. That part. And I'm going to get the tree this week. Looking forward to going and decorating it and laughing. I was told that by my sister that she is the official decorator of the tree. So I don't know. It was a little shady when she said it, but we shall see, y'all. I look forward to seeing you guys' holiday pictures and things like that. Thank you for those of you that have been shouting out the Speakeasy, the hashtag Speakeasy podcast. You guys have been, listen, when I tell you the downloads have been bananas. Shout out to those who've been listening in Bulgaria, Belgium, Germany, India, all over the world, Korea. Like, it's been crazy. Russia has been tuning in. Y'all, it's bananas. And again, I owe it to y'all because this wouldn't be going the way it's going if the individuals that are a part of all of this, the World Voice League accountability community, my personal one-on-one clients, listen, the community of people that I network in, my sister friends, my family, like, I look at all of this and I go, wow, I owe it to myself to do it at my best. But man, look at what that will do for everybody that's connected when I move into that next level of my best. Let's go. You guys have a great rest of your day. And until next time, y'all, don't forget to press it out. See ya.